everybody. Welcome to Dishing with the DonoFANS. My name is Cricket, your host, and my co-host Tracie. And we have a very special guest today, the one and only Trevor Donovan. Trevor, thank you so much for coming on.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. I've been trying to get you on for like almost 3 years now. But no, I'm
Busy
just kidding. I know you're
schedule,
busy. I know. I'm just messing with you. You've been on some lives with me, so that was
Oh,
important.
yeah.
Thank you. And I have to tell you real quick because you had made a comment at Rama Drama one time about how you wanted to hang, like where were your peeps? Well, I just happen to have, I don't know if you can see it, but oh my God.
And by the way, with your background like that, it looks like you pulled that out of thin air. It looked like a
Oh, that's
magic trick.
awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, so I had to make sure you knew that your peeps are always hanging with you.
There's one big peep for sure.
Right? So how you been, Trevor? I know we just saw you recently a couple weekends ago. How are things going so far after that
Things are
event?
going great. Yeah, things are going great. I'm free. I just got out of my cold plunge, so I'm freezing right this second.
Oh, you did it
Um,
late in the day.
well, I actually did two today. I did one this morning, and then I went to the gym, and then I'm supposed to be going out for a little bit, and I'm not a going out person, and so it kind of helps me wake up a little bit so I can go be social for at least a couple hours. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so
Interesting approach to being able to people, I have to say.
yeah, well, it fires up your nervous system, and you get you get a little sharper, and it's energy without having to have caffeine late in the day. So
Does that mess with your sleep?
yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully. So we'll
Absolutely.
see. Yeah.
So with that event that we went to in North Carolina,
Mhm.
what did you think about all of the Dono fans that came to support you in the event? Like what were your emotions when you realized how many people were going to actually come to this?
I mean, it's really flattering and it's really heartwarming because I wasn't having any expectations or anything. To see how many people showed up was pretty cool. Uh, and to know the distance that you all came from and stuff. I mean, I couldn't be more thankful. So thank you guys so much for showing up and showing up for such a great cause. And it was a fun night. Yeah, I hope everybody had a really good time because I sure did.
Oh yeah, we had a blast.
Honestly, outside of being able to meet you and like being able to chat with you periodically, all of us had such a good time connecting with each other.
hmm
Especially, like, I have met a few people, but others, we've just been talking online for years. And it was really cool out of an online relationship to have these friendships form. And it, like, we just had the best time. And honestly, like, too, being able to support a cause like that, I would rather dump my money into something supporting animals or some other cause than, not, no offense, just like a meet and greet kind of thing.
Oh
Like,
no,
because I
absolutely.
know it's like, I was like, if I can't make this event, my money is still well spent on that ticket to go towards the shelter. So,
Really well said, Tracy, because that it makes me feel better. The meet and greet stuff is like it's I mean, I think people enjoy it, and I know it's cool, but just like you said, for this to be raising money to save little innocent
yeah.
souls at a shelter, it's just such a better way to spend your money, such a better way to be able to meet
Mhm.
everybody. And I think it's so cool that just you guys have created like this little friend group and kind of community and stuff, and yeah, friendship starting out of this. It's pretty amazing.
Oh yeah, and some of those friendships have been going on for years.
Yeah,
Oh, I know.
Right?
Yep.
it's
Yep.
true.
I saw the beginning of many of them. So yeah,
Yes.
it's really cool to still to be able to see you guys every year and
Yeah.
be able to get together at little events like this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
To find people
Yeah.
online that are just salt of the earth, like, I mean, I have friends that go back 30, 35 years to high school, and some of these friends are in that sort of same caliber because I know they are just such genuinely decent people.
Mhm.
And that I have stranger danger in Gen X. Like, I would not like normally think people online are necessarily trustworthy. So to have so many people that we've met and talked to, we're like, oh my God. I mean, we're texting all the time.
That's so cool. Like, oh, it opens up your world.
It really does. Honestly, it's a mood boost for me because I look forward to chatting with these people every day in a way that I would have never anticipated.
Yes. And it kind of brings you also to this friendship that we have that we can promote together. Like,
Exactly.
when we get our mindset to, like, when one of your projects is coming out, one of your movies,
Mm.
whatever, we all get together. We say, okay, what are we going to do? Okay, we got to do this. We got to do this. And everybody just goes for it, and
Oh,
it's,
there's scheming going on in the background, just so
yes,
you
there is.
there was plotting.
No, it's fantastic. Some of the artwork stuff you guys do, all the promo stuff, I couldn't be more appreciative because it really does help. It goes a long way. Having Caroline, Fyffe, or people that are involved in the projects that I do, that goes a long way too. It's sort of reassuring for them that they're involved in a project that people are excited about. So
Absolutely.
thank you for that for sure.
Well, and
Yeah.
some of your upcoming works that you have, we know Grounded is coming out soon.
Hmm.
I don't think there's an actual date yet for that, correct? I don't think so. Just 2025 is what we know so far.
Yeah, last I heard it was supposed to be April, but I haven't heard an absolute date yet either. So, of course, when I do, it'll be out there and being promoted. So,
Okay. And
yeah.
then you have, the upcoming When Hope Calls. I know
Hmm.
it's coming out on GFAM, I believe, on April 6th, but PureFlix is April 3rd, I believe.
Think so.
Yes.
So, yes,
Yes.
we are excited about you playing a Mountie.
Yeah. So I'm not in the first few episodes. I don't
Yeah.
know exactly what episode I show up at, but I'll be there.
Yes. And we are
Oh,
so
we
Absolutely.
got
excited.
it on lock. It's all good.
Always
Not
have
a creepy stalker way, but
yeah.
Ah, not at
You're
all.
always great. And you're riding a horse too. I mean, come on, it can't get any better than that. I mean, come
No,
on.
I love it. And that was part of it. I was like, I want to be on that horse. I don't want someone else riding it for me. So,
yeah.
yeah.
We got something else too. We have Where the Wind Blows. That's coming out soon, isn't it too? Sometime this year, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we're done with it. So we're shopping it around. And the director, John Shimke, is hands-on that. And so with Ashley Elaine as well.
Mhm.
So I have yet to find out exactly where it's going to land or when, but we're shooting for spring, early summer, somewhere.
That is all.
So again, yeah, keep you posted on that too, because I'm excited for people to see that. That was a fun one.
Yes, I think that
That
was
is
Yeah.
in the theater too, right?
We're shooting for that, yeah. So
Okay.
like I said, but I don't have any confirmations quite yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well,
Yeah.
now that we know like what you have coming out, which we all know, obviously, we're fans of you, and we know exactly when everything comes out because we're like, we
Hmm.
vote.
we
Just
just don't sleep.
you. We just wanted to ask you some questions just for fun. Did you want to start out, Tracie, with one of your questions?
Well, I guess continuing on the projects, are there things that are in the fire that you might be working on later this year, or if you can share?
Yeah, that's so there's nothing guaranteed right now, and nothing's actually guaranteed until we're done with it. Like this business is so crazy that way. So I definitely have two more movies with GAC this year. I'm looking at a couple other projects right now.
Mhm.
So yes, I definitely have stuff coming up, and when it is uh, guaranteed,
Yeah.
then that's when I'll sort of let people know about it. But right now, I'm just kind of keeping fingers crossed and
Yeah.
looking at a few other things. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, but absolutely.
Yeah, that makes
All
sense.
right.
Yeah.
All right. So my first question for you is what do you want people to remember you by? What do you want your legacy to be?
Not
Uh,
that you're a death store or anything.
No,
definite,
no,
de
no, no.
definitely my Barbie dance is Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, that is rent free in my head for eternity. I love it.
If nothing else, you can see my name on my underwear. I mean,
That's right.
yep,
You have peaked.
I've made it,
You
you
have made
know?
it. Was that
Yeah.
song? Look, Mama made it. That song.
No, well, all this stuff, like I said, this dog rescue event we did out in North Carolina. Um, acting, I love to do it, but I want to be, Paul Newman is someone I sort of really admire and look up to
Ah,
because as an amazing of an actor and an acting career he had, his his charitable work outside of that is really it just goes to show you how an amazing person he is. So I really look up to that. So I would love to be remembered for my stuff outside of my work, but both with my work, but maybe respected for what I do outside of it,
Okay.
for sure.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Paul Newman is wonderful too, by the way. I saw a movie about some of his charity work, and oh my gosh, it was absolutely amazing. I can't remember what it was called, but I remember at the end they were showing like the bits and pieces of the pictures of him with his children that he supported, and I don't remember in what aspect it was, but that movie was phenomenal. It was such a
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's an incredible dude.
Well, I think sort of like tangential to this is so we know that you're obviously involved in team up standards and you're very passionate about anti-bullying, the dogs, of course, animal shelters, and human rights. Are there other causes that you would like to be involved in that maybe you aren't right now?
Um, I haven't really thought too much outside of that. Like those are they're sort of the closest to my heart,
Mhm.
just because of the anti-bullying, which was established at Jackie, years ago, and just addressing that. The things with the dogs, I grew up with, no less than 3 dogs at any one time, and every time my mom would go to the shelter, we'd end up with another one. We had a bunch of, animals. I'm just a big animal lover. So those things are just sort of the natural
Okay. Yeah.
charitable things that I lean towards.
Yeah.
I was an ambassador for Habitat for Humanity for a while when I was first starting 90210. I was an
Nice.
ambassador in Pomona in the Valley here in California, and I kind of got separated from that. But that would be something I would want to look back into, building homes for people less fortunate. My dad was a general contractor, so I grew up on job sites building houses, and
Mhm.
so that's another thing that it would be a little more of a natural progression for me. So,
You
you
could use
know, there's
powers for
always things
good.
coming up. Hmm?
You could use your powers for good.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I can swing a hammer, so I might as well put that to use.
Hey, that's I like my husband and I talked about trying to volunteer for that, but like I'm not good with tools. I don't understand them, but he is. But like that's good for him. But I started volunteering at a humane society and I've done a lot of dishes so far, but like I actually don't mind it because it's still helping them at the end of the day. And luckily I've
Absolutely.
not identified any dogs to come home with. So because I
Yeah, and
have three and that's a lot.
that's the most challenging part is not bringing one of those little dudes home.
Yeah.
can't go to
Yeah.
the
Well, to your point about like the shelter, Pause Place Rescue in Wilmington, it's all volunteers. So, like you were saying, like the washing dishes and washing things, like
Yeah.
nonprofit organizations like that, it only exists because of people like you, people who volunteer and take the time to help out. Every moving part matters. Um,
I because everybody, my husband and some of my other friends are like, "You're doing a lot of dishes and you're doing all this stuff," and they're happy I'm volunteering, but I'm like, these are the core functions that make this place run, so
yeah,
that the staff can do other things. Like on average, they have listed like 50 openings of slots a day because it's laundry, it's sorting donations, it's doing dishes, handling any of the animals, which requires some extra training and all sorts of other things. But that is literally all done by volunteers. And like I'm early in, but I'm kind of feeling like I need to see what other times like is there somewhere else I can help because like I just feel bad like well nobody signed up to do dishes for like 6 hours. I should go do dishes for 2 hours or something. And I need to rein that in because my wrists are starting to hurt. But like you're right, it's all volunteer
yeah,
and they do
yeah,
rely on that help. So yeah.
absolutely.
That's
So
awesome.
that's huge. Yes, it's but just like you pointed out too, you can wear yourself thin as well. So
Absolutely.
you got to be good to yourself too, while
Yeah,
helping other people.
I was gonna I did 2 days of dishes back to back and I was gonna go back today and my wrists were like, no, you don't need to do that. And
Nah.
your back does not need to do that. It's just that I did want to because I'm like, okay, well, they don't have anybody coming in until this time to do this. But I'm not single-handedly saving the place. So there's other
No,
people.
Absolutely.
it always takes a village for these types of things. No one person is doing everything.
Yeah.
So you're a vital, vital, vital part of this operation. So.
Wonderful, wonderful thing you're doing, Tracie. So my next question for you, Trevor, is
Yes.
if if you could give up something now to get something better, what would it be and why?
Ooh, that's a give up something now.
And it doesn't have to be like materialistic things. It could be anything.
And this isn't supposed to be a trick question either.
No, not at all.
No, it's just that's a very like kind of general uh thinker.
Yeah.
Give up something now. Um, I mean, I think there's always sacrifices we could make, right? Like maybe things that we do in life or habits that we have or things that are necessary to hold on to. Um, I'm gonna have to come back to that one.
That's
Okay,
okay.
I'm so
I
sorry.
don't
I
even know
feel
if I'll be
bad
able to
now.
answer.
You ruined it, Chris. You ruined him forever.
That's just one. That's one I'd have to really think on and
No,
like,
that's a hard question. I don't think I
yeah,
can answer that.
it's a deep one.
Not a job interview, so we're trying to general.
True.
Trying to think of things that like maybe you haven't talked about that fans would be interested in
Okay.
knowing. So not deep probing, meaning of life questions. So I'm a librarian.
hmm
You like to read, and if so, what types of books are interesting for you? And
So
if not, that's
books.
okay. I will not be offended.
No, it's absolutely. So books for me are a lot like music. It's just mood. Like
Okay.
I love all types of music, but there's days where there's a song I've loved forever that I just don't want to hear, and there's other days where it's very much based on mood where I'm at in life. So
Yeah.
I go from I don't know what would you put say uh like science fiction, say Hunger Gamesy type actiony stuff
Mhm.
to more self-help, self-realization, Buddha based
Yeah.
writings and everything in between.
Okay.
Right now, I'm just looking at a lot of scripts. So when I'm reading a lot of scripts, I sort of tend to stay in that zone. I really do just based like stories.
Hmm.
I love just like in movies. I love westerns. I love tales of like the old west. Yeah, so it's across the board. It just kind of depends on where I am in life at that moment.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of music, what would be the last song that you sung out loud in your truck?
Ooh, I don't know if the language would be appropriate for this
Who is it,
for the
gangster rap?
podcast. I may or may not have been listening to Wu-Tang this morning on the way to the gym.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I have some Wu-Tang on my workout
Yeah.
list.
Yeah. You can't hate on that. It's
No,
sad to say, but they're actually now classic rap considered like, I know.
it
That's what
hurts
I
my
mean.
heart when anything that came out of the 80s and 90s is
Classic or
listed as classic. I'm like, shut your mouth, please. Stop
Yeah.
it. No.
Oh, and then I was listening to I have this Pandora station where it's like James Brown type stuff or
Oh
Carl
yeah.
Weathers.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
So yeah, again, running the gamut with the music as well as the books. Just depends. And sometimes one pops up and I'm like, oh dang, I forgot about this one. And then,
right.
you just start going. Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I saw your podcast that you recorded with Dr. Tierney.
Yes.
So, because I found that on YouTube. You had mentioned, how you got into acting classes as a way to get over some of your public speaking and sort of issues. Do you still get nervous when you do any sort of public speaking events, like even North Carolina last weekend? Are you kind of like, no, I'm dead inside, I'm good?
No, I'm nervous for sure. I still have stage fright. I mean, one of the reasons I took on I did the Dancing with the Stars thing was because I dancing freaks me out, and I have stage fright.
Yeah.
Um, So yeah, it's gotten manageable, but I still get sweaty palms. I still get nervous. No matter what, no matter how many people. If I have to step up in front of people and everyone's looking at me, I
Yeah.
start sweating. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I totally get that because I used to be like that. I don't know at what point it changed. I mean, I had a job where I had to do a lot of public speaking, and I think that sort of broke it.
Hmm.
But now I'm just like, I don't care. And that could have been just me getting older and not giving a whatever
Yeah,
about
yeah,
stuff. But I totally relate to that because I used to be terrified. So yeah.
yeah. And these days, like I'm absolutely much more comfortable, and as long as I know what I'm talking about, that I'm
Yeah.
knowledgeable on the subject or the platform or the structure, then
Yeah.
because if you just get up there and you put on the spot, of course, there's a whole nother level of nerves that can come into play. Um, and then the other thing is these days too, if you're up and speaking in front of people, you should know that it's probably being recorded.
Right.
Yeah.
That wasn't always the case. We didn't always have these smartphones with cameras and all this kind of stuff. So that little bit of that adds a little nerve too, to just knowing that whatever I say here is going to be forever.
Mhm.
Well, and I think too, just that things are being recorded, and I see this in a lot of different like scenarios that your words can be clipped and edited,
I,
create a very different thing
mhm.
from what the actual context was. And that can be extremely nerve-wracking. And I find it also infuriating because
Yeah,
like not what you said. So
yeah, completely out of context, which you see in news and mainstream media all the time.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm luckily fortunate enough where I haven't had a whole lot of that.
No, I would hope not. I mean, good
I mean,
Lord.
I did have a few things when I was on 90210 that were taken out of context for sure, and it was in writing, so you didn't get to hear a conversation. It was just little quotes, and like it was
Yeah,
parts of quotes, and I'm like, well, I said that, but it was, like you said, context.
yeah.
But all in all, it's been all right. Yeah.
Seeing you over the years, I feel like you have um kind of found your zone. The one thing I would
Yeah.
tell you is I was exactly the way you were when I was younger, and I had to teach CPR classes and
Oh
first
boy.
aid classes to Marines. So
That's not forgiving.
no, and it really did push me past that envelope because there is no time to be nervous. You just have to
Yeah.
do it,
Yeah, yeah, in that, especially in that case, your feelings, your things, that none of that matters. You're teaching somebody a life-saving skill. That's the only thing that matters in this moment. So do it.
Yes. So I
Yeah.
would say approach it that way, Trevor.
Well, it's funny. Actually, I guess that's in a way that's kind of what I've done. Like I don't matter, especially up in a situation like in North Carolina for raising money for people. The whole thing is about raising money. If I make a fool of myself up there, it doesn't matter. The
We're
whole
all going to
purpose
clap and
is
support
to,
anyway in that environment.
what's that?
We're all going to clap and support in that
There you
environment
go. Yeah,
anyway.
and
Those
and
are
I'm with
not bad people.
I'm with friendlies. I'm with people. Everybody,
Friendly.
yeah, yeah. You get up in front of an interview or a TMZ type thing. I
Yeah.
used to be terrified of that, but it's sad to say, but a lot of people want to see people in the public eye fall. Even if they don't know consciously, they like to see that failure. They like to go, oh, geez, like people, there's a little bit of it's humanity. It's something in us that wants to see people trip a little bit. It's the same thing that if we see a TikTok video or Instagram video of somebody falling down, you laugh. Not that you want horrible things to happen to people, but there's something relatable to seeing somebody fall on their face every now and then.
There is,
Um,
but like when it goes to like when it goes past that and you're like finding some sort of like dark joy in it, there's something wrong with you.
yes. Yeah.
I don't think like that, and I know a lot of us don't think like that. That is just pure me. And like what died inside you that you find pleasure in that. That's not nice.
No, it's a projection of how they feel about themselves. And it's just like
Yeah.
they have some self-hatred and they have some self-loathing. And we all have like guilt and shame that we deal with in life.
Yeah.
But if you deal with it by hoping other people experience that, then that's where the issue. is a problem. You know, yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
I know you have to go, so I'm not going to keep you. Is there anything else that you would like to say to the DonoFan sisterhood before you go?
Well, I just want to thank all of you for being so supportive, and like I said, everything you do online is so amazing, and it's there are times, just like anybody in life, you know, we all question whether what we're doing in life is right or if we're on the right path and stuff. And just having you guys there and being so supportive is, it definitely has encouraged me in the right direction many times. So thank you so much for that.
Good, good.
I will say, like, I mean, Cricket and I have talked about this, and a lot of the other girls we've talked about it. We would not support you if we didn't think you were a good human being. Like, I don't fangirl over people. Like, I just don't do that. And this is like the first time I'm like, oh, like, nice, he's decent. Like, you can tell that you're different from a lot of other people. So, like, we support you genuinely because we want to see you succeed. So,
Well, I really appreciate that.
try
And
not to
that's,
cry about that because that's very weepy.
no, it is. And that's, on a lot of these podcasts, a lot of these things, I always kind of refer back to my parents, and my brother and I are both a product of them, and they're amazing human beings. So, it's all their fault.
Well, they
That's a
were
good
right.
saying. You got raised right.
That's
Yeah,
legit.
Got raised right.
Absolutely. Well,
they did some
Trevor,
good stuff.
again, thank you so much for coming on and spending time with us today on this interview. And we so appreciate you, and we can't wait to see your upcoming movies and projects. And we support you 100%. And I know that all the Dono fans just simply adore you because you are one of the most kindest, caring, and beautiful human beings ever. So thank you again. And
Yeah.
thank you again. That's all I can say.
We
Thank you,
appreciate
Cricket. Thank you, Tracy. I really
and
appreciate you
keep
guys.
doing those animal events. We'll show up wherever.
Yeah, we'll show
Oh
up.
yeah,
Let's do it.
I
we
would
will.
funnel my money to that any
Go to
day.
different states, like find ones in different states, and I bet you'd
Oh,
find.
we are. We're gonna keep it going. We're reaching out already. So
That's
yeah.
awesome.
All right, Trevor. Well, you take care. I know you got to go, so I don't want to keep.
Thank you guys. Thanks,
Thank you
Tracy.
very
Thanks,
much.
Cricket. Thanks,
Appreciate
everybody.
it.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.